Hey BGI, this is John and welcome to Tuesday Blues Lesson 6. This week's lesson is all about triplets, and this is in response to an email that I received from a BGI reader named Ian. And Ian writes in, "Hi John, I think I would like to see a video showing in slow detail the triplet melody, as I'm finding triplets very hard to understand. Regards, Ian." Well, Ian, here we go. We're going to attack this a couple of different ways. First, I want to explain the musical definition of triplets so you can really start to figure out how the rhythm of a triplet fits into your playing. And then second, I'm going to show you what I'm calling the Triplet Trainer that will give you a little bit of melody in a triplet form, and then as well just build up the muscle memory for playing triplets. So with that, let's dive into today's lesson. I'll play it through a couple times and then we'll break it down note for note. Okay gang, that piece was full of triplets all over, really from start to finish. There were only a couple of breaks in the piece that didn't have a triplet feel. So once we get this one under your fingers and you practice it up, this should be a really good piece for you to just nail triplets, both on the melody side of things and then also the rhythm side of things. So anyway, so before we go any further and before I show you note for note what we were doing in that example, I want to take a second and explain what exactly a triplet is. A triplet is nothing more than a subdivision of the main beat, and that subdivision is 3 divisions. So we've got triplet, the root word there is tri, which is 3, and so we've got 3 subbeats for every main beat. Okay, so in this case, every time we go 1, we'll have to fit 3 notes in there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now a good way for you to count this out is to say the word triplet. You say 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, and between the number and the trip and the let, you've got 3 beats. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And that really helped me get solid in my rhythm and my timing when I'm playing anything that has to do with triplets. All right, so think about that for a minute and then let's dive into the exercise. All right, so note for note, here's what we're going to do. We start out with, I've got my my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And make sure to keep that finger off the fretboard because we're going to use the open 1st string. And you can't have the finger laying down or you won't get a good clean high 1st string ringing. So we're going to stick with the triplet rhythm. 1, 2, 3 is the first piece of this. So what I'm doing there is I'm going 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string, and I'm holding down that 3rd fret on the 2nd string during this grouping. And then for the next group of triplets, I'm going to back down and use my middle finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and do that same triplet from the 2nd, 1st, 2nd strings. And then I'm going to back down again to the 1st, do the same thing, and then I'm going to hit my open 2nd string and let it ring. Okay? So let's put that together because this is a melodic triplet piece. And we only break the triplet feel there at the end when we let that open B note ring. Okay? So here we go. Let's count this out and maybe you can hear what the triplet feel is all about. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. Okay, and we're going to finish up that bar by fretting up a B7 chord and hitting just the B note on the 5th string. Then I'm going to do 2 upstrokes of the high 3 strings, and then just repeat that. So let's put that first couple bars together. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. Okay, and from there we're going to move right into the part that's going to make your arm burn if you've never played a lot of triplets before. And the way I do this is I fret up like a D7 shape, but then we're going to move it up around the 4th and the 3rd frets here. So I've got 3rd string 4th fret, 2nd string 3rd fret, and then the 1st string 4th fret. It's a little E7 note. And for the first beat of this, I'm going to slide this whole shape up from the 3rd and 2nd frets up to the 4th and 3rd frets, while pumping out the quarter notes with my thumb. So here's beat 1. See how I pinched when I started the slide up. Okay? And then, because we're doing triplets, that's just one beat. We've got the 1, we need the triplet. So 1 triplet. And I'm just taking my first finger here on my picking hand, and I'm strumming up. And I'm being sure to strum up through all 3 strings here, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. You really have to work at this to make sure that all 3 strings ring very clearly. It should sound like just a nice bell-like chord. I don't really know how to describe it more, but you've got to get these 3 to sound together. And I like doing it with an upstroke with my finger here. Alright, so that's 1 triplet. Then we just hold this position for the 2 triplet, for the 3 triplet, and for the 4 triplet. So this bar is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Then we repeat that. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And then we do something a little bit different in this measure. We go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So we add another one of those little cool bluesy slides. So again, that measure is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, and then for the final bar in this piece, we're going to start out here with this slide up, 1 triplet, then we back the whole thing down, 2 triplet, and that's around the 3rd and the 2nd frets, and then again 3 triplet, and then we move into an E major triad, 4 triplet, and that is the first fingers here on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, open 2nd and 1st strings, and again that's the whole triplet thing. Okay, so here we go at 60 beats per minute. And here we go at 90 beats per minute. Okay folks, there you go. That's the Triplet Trainer. And to recap, we're working with triplets, which is a subdivision of the main beat, subdivision of 3, and it can apply to a melody line, much like the first couple of bars in this example, or in chords, much like the rest of this example. And if you want to hear a player that just has a solid grasp on the triplets, especially those bell-like chords ringing out, go check out Big Bill Brunsey and listen to a tune called Big Bill Blues. He just has such a precise attack on these triplets, and it's a really cool bluesy thing to do. So hope you dig this lesson. I want to say thanks to Ian for bringing this up, because I'm sure this is something that a lot of us struggle with, and if not, from time to time it's good to pay attention to these things, even if you think you got it down, just to get better. So if you have an idea for a lesson or something that you've been struggling with that you'd like to see a video on, shoot an email over to Tuesday@bluesguitarinstitute.com, and this may be something that others are struggling with, and if so, I'd love to make it a part of the Tuesday Blues series. And by the way, if you want to get the tab and the guitar profiles to this lesson, just go to bluesguitarinstitute.com/lesson 6. All right, thanks and take care, and I'll see you in lesson 7.